day, y'all. I guess it is a good day, huh? First of all, I'm apologizing because I'm late on this video. This video was due on Wednesday. Stuff is weird now, right? I don't know. Like, the days go faster. It's just, I can't explain it or put my finger on it, but guess we're all being dragged together. This week was all about what people reflect back to you. And understanding these laws, so to speak, of the universe are crazy. So the mirroring principle is pretty much any part of yourself that you have suppressed because you wanted to fit in, or anything you tucked away about yourself that may cause you shame, or made you feel outside of what I guess we're supposed to be here. It stays inside of you dormant. And certain people bring that shit out. That is literally what the mirroring principle is. Let me think. Maybe you got bullied when you were a kid because you loved to dance or sing or some shit. So you were always singing and dancing like Omarion. And people kept telling you to sit your ass down. So you stopped dancing and you stopped singing. So one day as an adult, you come across a kid who's always dancing and singing, and you find yourself saying, sit your ass down, irritated, and things like that. Not even recognizing that the reason you're reacting like that is because that's how you were treated. It's difficult to have that moment of realization when you realize that you are angry with someone for being a version of yourself that you weren't allowed to be. And that is what mirroring is. We also do it to other people. You don't know you're doing it. You're just speaking your mind, not even knowing what frequency you're on or what frequency you're triggering. Do you ever say something to somebody and ruin their whole day, and you were just saying something innocently, maybe even a joke? That's why shadow work is so important, because it connects to your power. Being able to notice where your pattern started or pain started, or that you're not being completely in alignment with yourself, that you're not allowing yourself to be your fullest self, is the best way that you can utilize this principle. Even when somebody upsets you, even if it's an old version of yourself, just you recognizing, like for instance in my own personal shit, I used to be like a bully, but not a overt bully out front. Like, you couldn't realize that it was like Nene Leakes if you watch Real Housewives. Like, I thought I was being a friend, but any gripes I had inside, like I had this one friend who was, for lack of a better word right now, promiscuous. She did not think she had anything to offer except for her vagina, or she didn't care if she had anything else to offer. As long as a guy would buy her a meal, she would dish it out. So one day I said to her, you know, you don't have to sleep with every guy that buys you a meal. And it didn't go well. Like, I thought she took the advice until later on. She told me that I made fun of her low self-esteem. And that's not how I took it. That's not how it meant to came off. But maybe I judged her. I know I did. Because she was always on dates and her children were always with her mom. How did that mirror for me? In my childhood, my mom was always gone on fucking dates, and I spent all my time with grandma. So I believe that somewhere along the line, the comments I started making to her, the way I started approaching the fact that she was on Tinder like all the time and dating all the time and sleeping with the guys all the time, were things that I wish I had said or could have been able to say to my mom. Like, stay your ass home with your kids. The love that you are looking for in the streets is right here with you. You can use this with your friends. You can use this with your parents, strangers you meet. If somebody pisses you off and you flick them off, like, maybe that's an exercise on patience. But there is such a gift to taking the pain out of it, I guess. Taking the power out of it. Somebody upsetting you most of the time, what do? You say, such and such did this. If such and such had not did this, I would not have had to retaliate. Flip that narrative for yourself. What is this trying to teach me? What am I learning about myself through this person? Have I not had my boundaries up? Have I not cared enough about myself that I protected myself from people who don't have my best interest in mind? Like I've seen over time. I didn't even recognize I was hanging out with people that fucking hated me, but they wanted to be around me just to figure out how I was pulling off what I was pulling off. Or sometimes your glow just pulls in people and you don't even realize these people are dragging down your light, your ability to connect and all that messy stuff. But even in your worst enemy, you can find a piece of yourself that you have either sort of made peace with and you're coming back around full circle, or you didn't acknowledge it was there and it makes you like cry when you realize that this was even a part of your personality. But either part is amazing. Don't penalize yourself for growing, and don't penalize yourself for the times where you did not know better than what you know now. I could look back on like the first, turning 35 tomorrow. I could look back on the first 30 years of my life and cringe and be embarrassed, but how can you judge yourself for doing the best you could at the time? You did what you could with what you knew, and you're making attempts to get better. Hence why we're all here together. You are getting better. Every day that you learn to accept yourself a little bit more and understand perfection is not a race. Perfection is not even attainable. You can't achieve that in one life. All you can do is work on the character that you came to play this time. So who are you? Who are you? What did you want to do when you were little? Who reflects that to you now? What famous people or what celebrities or what books or what authors and all that stuff, what do you look up to? What excites you? Because that is actually your light shadow. Things that really excite you and people that you are really drawn to reflect the positive things about yourself, because you can also push away good things about yourself into your shadow the way that you can push back like bad experiences as well. So look at everybody around you in totality. Look at the people you love and the people that you don't love so much. Figure out, why does this affect me this way? How does this connect to me? What is it trying to teach me? And what do I need to do to get back on point? That is the mirror method. Now, I'm going to switch up the schedule now because, guys, I'm not going to lie. This is my first time running an energy business. Before, it was just sort of like my secret thing in my life that I didn't know was a real thing. But now that I know it's a real thing, it's a business. But I have made it up to 17,000 people in a matter of months. I'm blessed and I'm happy to be manifesting, but I think I didn't estimate how much of my light this takes. Reading over 50 people a month is probably insanity. I just do insane things. So, it's been throwing me off trying to do the videos and keep up stuff here. So what I'm going to do is I'm adapting my rates, I'm adapting my schedule so that things get done a wee bit differently going forward. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to alternate between lives and a thread chat so I can pull together everything I'm doing, because I'm working on a podcast, because I really want to get away from individuals as much and help larger groups, because we need it right now. And I don't know if you've noticed, we need as much light as possible. So thank you all for bearing with me as I am learning to work with my own energy, intermingling with other people's energy, and figuring out this whole system. We're all constantly figuring out who we are on this big ball of gas. Thanks, guys.